Well, welcome everybody that has joined us for today's presentation of From Concept to Cash, creating and selling AI-generated products for massive profits. We are going to get started right away. I'm sure that there's going to be some additional people that are joining us. It seems like that happened yesterday. It happens with every webinar. But we're going to dive right in and get going so that we can finish this up right at 1 hour. Again, welcome. My name is Greg Jameson, and you can see some information about me up on the screen. I have been called one of the top known authorities in the e-commerce world, and the reason for this is that I actually started building e-commerce applications back in 1995. So I've been doing this for a long time. People have either called me a dinosaur or called me an OG. I prefer the latter, but as you can see, I've won a number of awards over the years, and I actually started building software applications. I started working on the internet in 1995, but I started building software applications back in 1985. And many of the applications that I was building back then were actually artificial intelligence applications. We were using the Lisp programming language to create applications that would take data and provide different types of computer-aided design based upon the data that was being fed to it. Now, obviously, things have changed a lot now, both in e-commerce and AI over the last 25, 30 years, but it has been a really exciting change just in the last 6 months with the advent of programs like ChatGPT. So that is what we are going to be talking about today, and talking about how you can actually make money with this. If you stay till the end, I have a special offer for you. And I think that you're going to find this actually really exciting because we had actually a technical issue yesterday. And so not everybody was able to take advantage of the special offer, and it's working now. It's going to be great, and we'll just leave it at that till we get closer to the end of the presentation. If you have any questions as we go through this, I'm going to be trying to look at the question box while at the same time running the presentation. So I may not get to your questions immediately. There will be a Q&A session towards the end, and I will answer everybody's questions at that point. So what this webinar is not, I got this actually just popping up yesterday on my Facebook feed about how this company wants to sell 20,000 prompts for you to choose from. Well, here's the thing. If you are needing someone to tell you how to speak in English and ask questions, then this probably isn't the webinar for you. This webinar and what I'm here to show you today is how you can actually make and sell real products using AI. So that's what we're all about. We're not here about trying to just tell you how to create a prompt, when that's something that should be fairly intuitive to everybody. So what we are going to do is we are going to actually create a physical product during this webinar today with the help of AI. I'm going to talk about digital products and how you can create those with AI. And then we're going to discuss AI chatbots, how you can apply these to your online store, and how you can use different marketing techniques with AI for your e-commerce business once you have these physical and digital products to sell. Couple of kind of disclaimers right up front. People always ask, can I copyright the products that I create using AI? And all I can tell you is I'm not an attorney. I can't give you any legal advice, but I can tell you that back on March 16th, that the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office came out basically saying that any works that were created by AI programs cannot be copyrighted. So what that means is nobody owns these. They're in the public domain. And I'm going to show you some ways that even though that's true and they're in the public domain, that you can kind of make them uniquely yours so that other people cannot be selling the exact same products that you're selling. People also ask, am I going to make any money selling these products? And as a disclaimer, there's no guarantee that you're going to earn a dime from doing this. Now, I happen to know that I've got clients out there that are earning $1,000 a day or better doing these things, but that doesn't mean that you're going to have the same results, and I'm not responsible for your actions. And finally, what is ChatGPT and how can I use it to sell more online? Well, GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer, which means that it generates content based upon how it was trained. And even though it's pre-trained, it actually uses machine learning, and everything that you put into the program, it continues to learn and evolve from. So it gets smarter and smarter all the time. So you can not only generate ideas, but you can actually create real physical products, and you can use it to help you sell and market those products. Now, there's a lot of people that are concerned about if AI is going to take away their jobs. And it's understandable because there's all these reports out there about how millions of workers are going to be replaced in the next few years by AI. And kind of for the first time in history, it's not just labor that is, manual labor that's going to be replaced by machines, but it is actually intelligence that's going to be replaced by machines. At the same time, there are a lot of people out there that are really excited about this, as you can see with this World Economic Forum report stating that 97 million new jobs are going to be created by 2025 because of AI, and it's going to generate an additional $15.7 trillion to the economy by 2030. So my goal is to make sure that you're part of that latter group. You want to be somebody that is creating new jobs, is really utilizing this for making business move forward, not just replacing human beings. And you're going to do that by building products that you create using AI. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that today. So most of this presentation today is actually going to be a live show. It's not just going to be a boring PowerPoint. I'm going to dive in and show you some stuff. And we're going to get to that in just a minute. Now, there are some recent updates that just happened in the last few days with ChatGPT. These are for people that have the paid version, the $20 a month plus program. And that includes the ability to now browse the internet with the responses that it gives you. So ChatGPT, we've heard all this stuff about it's only good up until September of 2021. That's no longer the case. It can go out and it can grab real-time information off the internet. And they have added in the capability for plugins. And I'm going to show you both of those as we start building the products here. So the very first thing we want to do is we want to create some physical products. And we're going to do this utilizing a method called print on demand. Now, if you're not familiar with print on demand, essentially what happens is the product doesn't exist. You never take any inventory The product, when a customer orders it, that's at the time that the product is actually built. And then the print-on-demand company ships it to your customer. So you never see the product at all. They ship it to your customer with your name on the return address label, so it looks like it came from you. And basically, you take the difference in cost between what it costs to produce it and what it costs the customer to buy it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this process, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create some funny sayings. You can see that I've got an example up here of create a list of humorous sayings that can be used on a t-shirt. The topic is learning how to ride a bicycle. Well, I'm not going to say that we're going to talk about learning how to ride a bicycle. I would like it if you would go to the chat area and put in what you would like to have us create some funny sayings about. So just go ahead and put in the chat anything that you want, and I'll pick one of them. You can also put it in the Q&A. You can have the chat be directed just at me. You can have it be to everybody. I don't care which way we do it, but go ahead and add some stuff into the chat as to a topic or a niche that you would like for us to build our product around today. Then the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to create a graphic based on that particular topic. So in the case of the bicyclist here, we can say that we want to create a vector graphic of a bicyclist pedaling fast and furiously. So that's something that we're going to do. We're going to create the graphic, and then we're going to basically combine the graphic and the text utilizing an online image tool. It can be something like Lunapic, Photopea, Canva.com. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to use these. Personally, I use Paint Shop Pro or Photoshop to create a transparent PNG file that can then be put on these print-on-demand products. I'm going to show you an example of how we can do this today with Lunapic, because it is a free online editor, and I just want to show you so that you have a way that you can do this even if you don't own Paint Shop Pro or Photoshop. Like I said, you can use Canva or whatever you want to. And then we're going to actually create a print-on-demand product. So that's the basic process, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just a moment, and I'm going to reshare it here as we start going through this process. So let's take a look and see what we've got here for a topic. All right, we've got a couple of different options here. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to jump over to ChatGPT, and I will share that screen. All right, this is the screen for ChatGPT. I've got the plus version up here, so you can see that with the plus version, a difference. If you are only using the free version, you have ChatGPT 3.5. With the plus version, you get GPT-4, which is the latest model that they have. And they have the option now that you can browse the internet. You can turn that on, and you can also use plugins, and the plugins, there are different plugins that you can select. So if you can go to the plugin store, and I'll just show you this real quick. And we can actually go to all of the plugins, not just the popular ones, and you can see that you can create, you can install a plugin that does all sorts of things. We've got the news, we've got I don't know, all these different things. We've got Redfin for looking at your house. We've got weather, Zillow, Zapier, Expedia, lots of different things. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can actually do things like book tickets on here. I think Kayak, for example, has one of the apps on here, and they're adding more and more new apps all the time. So that is something that we can do. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let's just use the default ChatGPT 4 for what we're going to use. It does slow things down if you are going to browse the internet or use an app. So that's a reason why we don't really need to do it for now. So let's just say that we want to create a list of humorous scenes that we can use on a t-shirt that is based on, and I'm going to use what Diane gave us. What would you do if you knew you could not fail? Let's see what it comes up with. Okay, so it gives us a number of different ideas. And what we're going to do is we're going to choose one for what we're going to do is we're going to create a t-shirt, but we could actually create just about anything with one of these. And we can just pick any of them. Some of them are obviously funnier than other ones. Let's just pick the one here about, if I couldn't fail, I'd still choose to hit the snooze button. So we're going to build that as kind of the basis of the product that we're going to create. So the next thing that I want to do is jump over to another AI platform called Midjourney. And Midjourney is a tool that is going to, it works similar to ChatGPT, but instead of creating text, it creates images. It goes out and it grabs different patterns from images to generate new images. And to do this, you have to go through what is another application called Discord. So we actually go to Discord utilizing the Midjourney application. Now, when you get to Discord and you're in Midjourney, the thing that they will tell you to do after you sign up for an account and you go through this is to start out in one of the newbie rooms. And you can see that there are some newcomer rooms, and you can pick any of these. And it's actually kind of fun to be in this newcomer room. And I think one of the reasons they suggest it is that you can look at all the different prompts that other people have given and what kind of images are being generated based upon those prompts. So this is a good way for you to learn how to utilize Midjourney, is by going to these newcomer rooms. Now, as I said, anything that is generated by AI is not protected under US law. You cannot copyright these images. They are public domain images, even though they have been generated and they don't exist elsewhere. For example, this picture of this woman does not, she's not a real person. She does not exist. She was created by the AI. Obviously, this thing looks like a real photograph, but hopefully this beast does not actually exist. So you can scroll through here and you can see all of these things. Now, the problem is that when we create our own artwork, it's going to go through and kind of disappear in all of these other, amongst all of these other areas. So if the prompt that you use in Midjourney is always \imagine. We want to imagine something. I'm going to say, I just want to imagine a photorealistic image that is a cross between a dog and a cat. And it will do that. You'll notice that it says waiting to start because I kind of have to get in line. And then it will take about 60 seconds or so to generate an image. It works the same way that most AIs work. It has this large collection of images that it's been trained on, and it will take patterns from those different images to generate an entirely new image. Now you'll notice that as I'm doing this, that other things are popping up because other people are utilizing this. And somewhere in here, I'm going to have my image that I asked it to create. Now the problem is that I don't know where that is. And that's one of the disadvantages to utilizing these newcomer rooms. Now you actually can see your image when you go to the inbox in the upper right, and you'll notice that I'm up here. My tagline is Master of the Digital Universe, and it's still waiting to start. Now you can see that it's starting to generate it. So when you go to the inbox, then you actually have the opportunity to jump to that particular image in the timeline. And that's how you can see it. But again, these images are unprotected and anyone can use them. And that didn't really give me what I wanted there anyway, right? It set a cross between a dog and a cat, and instead what it looks like it did is it showed me both a dog and a cat. So that's not really what I was trying to get to. But that's how you see your images in these newcomer rooms. Now, in addition to the newcomer rooms, there are 20-some general rooms that are all very similar types of things. I can go to any of these other rooms and it works the same way. What I would like to do is I would like to have my images sitting someplace where only I can see my images so that somebody else can't grab those and turn around and sell them on their website or on Etsy or whatever they're going to do. So if you come up here to the very upper left, it says direct messages, and I can click on that. And then I can click on the Midjourney bot. And what this will do is it will take me to just my images that only I can see. And what we want to do is we want to tell it, imagine. And we had this thing about if I couldn't fail, I'd still choose to hit the snooze button. So let's just say that we want to imagine a vector graphic, because I want to be able to print this on a shirt, a vector graphic of a snooze button being pressed. That should go with that saying. And I'm going to say solid color background. And this is important because I want to actually create a transparent background when I print this on other products. And let's just go with that to start with and see what it comes up with. I did say that. Imagine. Oh, it took it. All right, so it'll do the same thing. It's waiting to start. But now any of the images that I see displayed here are only going to be images that I have created. Now, Midjourney also has a bunch of parameters that you can pass to it, one of which is aspect ratio. So you could put in that you want, instead of getting the square images that Midjourney defaults to, you could have it give you a vertical image or a horizontal image. There's also a parameter of no, and all of the parameters start with dash dash. So you could say, in this case, you know, a vector graphic of a snooze button being pressed, dash dash, no bedroom, for example. There's another parameter called stealth mode, which in addition to being in this kind of private area, I can utilize the stealth mode so that even if my images were being shared somewhere, only I could see them. This is actually going to look like it'll work okay. So we finish this rendering of these. We can click on it. We can open this in the browser, and we can see that we could probably utilize this first image to go with that quote that we came up with. To do that, there are the options here to upscale these images or to make variations of these. So upper left is image 1, upper right is image 2, lower left is image 3, and lower right is image 4. So I want to upscale image 1. And then I can see that, and you'll notice that you can then make variations of that as well. But let's go ahead and choose this. We'll open it in the browser. The 12 doesn't look perfect, but we'll go ahead and use this image. I'm going to save this image, and I'm going to save it to a folder that I'm just calling webinar examples, and I'll call this snooze button. So now we've got an image, we've got our text. I'm going to copy that text again, and we need to combine the two. I'm going to do this utilizing Lunapic, kind of like Lunatic, but it's Lunapic. And I'm going to upload that snooze button image into this graphic editing program. Like I said, you can use any program that you want to. I'm doing this one because it's a free online program that will create transparent PNG files that we can use in our print-on-demand products. So the first thing we want to do is we want to add that text to it. And the text, I'm just going to paste that in there. In fact, I'm going to only put in the first part of that. All right. I'll just copy the first part here. So that's going to be my text. And I want to move that over and up. Let's make that be a little bigger as well. So this isn't necessarily going to be the most ideal design for a t-shirt, but you're going to get the concept here. So we'll apply that text, and then let's grab the second part of it, that. I'd still choose to hit the snooze button. And we're going to put this down. Yeah, that amount 700. Oh, we got it backwards here. Go about 150 and 800. Make that text be smaller so that it fits on our. I want to do that to be 48. Yeah. All right, it's not perfect, but to save time, this is what we're going to use on our print-on-demand product. So we'll apply that text. Then the next thing that we want to do is we want to make this have a transparent background. So I'm going to go to Edit Transparent Background. I'm going to just click on the color that I want to be transparent. You'll notice that it didn't grab the areas in between all of the letters. So rather than it being a transparent area, I'm going to make it be a transparent color. And now we have this transparent image that we're going to be able to print. So let's go ahead and save that image as a PNG so that it will remain transparent. And we'll just call this snooze button dash transparent. All right, we're ready to actually build our first physical product. And we're going to do this with a print-on-demand company called Printify. There are a number of print-on-demand companies. One of the questions that came up in yesterday's presentation was a gal from New Zealand saying, will this work outside of the United States? And the answer is absolutely yes. I'm using Printify because I am in the United States, but even Printify has options for picking suppliers in other places. Now I'm going to go to my store and sign in. And I've got actually several different sign ins because I'm doing this for, does not look like the right thing. Anyway, I've got a number of different accounts because I'm doing this for other people. It does allow you to have like 6 or 7 different stores per account. And you can see that if I click on manage my stores, I'm currently logged in utilizing WooCommerce for my web stores. I've got another WooCommerce one here for adventures in skiing. I can push these products up to Etsy. I can push them up to Shopify stores. There's a number of different options. In fact, if I click on add new store, you can see that I can push products out to Etsy, Shopify, Walmart, eBay, Squarespace, Wix, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, PrestaShop. And there's even an API where if one of your sales channels isn't there, you can still connect to it. But let's just go to the catalog, and you'll notice that there are a whole bunch of different things that you can do. You can print your images on all kinds of apparel for men, women, and children. You can create bags and underwear and hats and mouse pads and kitchen accessories. Some of the different print-on-demand companies allow you to create jigsaw puzzles, pet products. Well, they have pet products here too, magnets and stickers, all different kinds of things. Mugs are great. The process is similar. I'm just going to show you a t-shirt so that you get the idea. The reality is that you can, like I said, create all kinds of products for whatever your particular niche is. So when you get to t-shirts, you'll notice that this one says that there's actually 21 different print providers and 102 colors that it's available in. This one here is got 23 different providers and 70 colors. So you can choose different options. Let's just go ahead and pick one. It doesn't really matter. And here's the shirt. The first thing that we want to do is pick the provider. You can see these people are in Canada. These are in the US. These people are in Latvia, Australia, Czech Republic, and so forth. I want to use somebody in the US. So I'm just going to pick SwiftPod here. They've got a decent star rating, lots of different colors. And we start designing. I'm going to upload the graphic that I just created, the snooze button transparent. And I'm going to stretch this up to be the size of it'll fit on the shirt. I'm going to push that to the top. And we can see what we have there. This says it's low resolution. I could have made it higher resolution, spent a little bit of time on it, but I just wanted to show you quickly how we do this. The colors, we can create this shirt with kind of whatever colors we want to. And these will all end up being different options in our store. So we'll just pick a handful of colors. And then we can select to preview what this is going to actually look like. It generates these mock-ups for us. You'll notice that you can choose different models and so forth for this. And every single product that these print-on-demand companies have. They actually create these kind of mock-ups for you so that you don't have to actually have these products. We're going to go ahead and save this product. And we're going to say what we want the mock-up to be. Let's say we want it to be yellow with this gal. We're going to give it a name, and I'm just going to say, if I couldn't fail, unisex heavy cotton tee. That's going to be the name of our product. Funny saying about not failing. Perfect gift for anyone. Now, what I would actually recommend that you do is that you take this content, you copy it, you go back to ChatGPT and say, rewrite this product description to be funnier and well, and good for making someone want to buy this t-shirt, whatever we're going to say, and just paste in that description. Let ChatGPT give you some better content for your store. And this can be true whether you're pushing this product out to your website or to Etsy or any other marketplace that might be out there. Now, the really cool thing that we're doing here is, even though I'm using just Printify to show you this, like I said, there's lots of other print-on-demand providers, and one of those actually is Amazon. So there's a program called Merch by Amazon, where you can design these types of t-shirts and sell your products on Amazon as well. So let's go back to Printify, and we'll paste in our new product description. Then we set our price. We can either set a profit margin for each individual product, or we can just edit the price on everything. We can edit the profit. We can edit our profit margin. Let's say I actually want to make 60% on everything. So I can just kick that up to 60%. It will adjust the prices for me. If I want to, I can hide this in the store so that I only see it within Printify. I don't want to do that. I actually want to publish this. Now, I'm publishing this to my Web Stores Ltd website, and it's going to be live. Somebody could actually go there in the next few minutes and buy this product. Now, I'm not going to keep it on there, but I am publishing it live so that I can show you how this whole process works. It's going to take a minute to publish it, so I am going to take a look while it's publishing here over at the chat and the question and answers, and see if there's anything that I need to address while it's publishing there. All right, that was more suggestions on what we could do. So I think we're good at that point. This was the product from yesterday's presentation, where we created a t-shirt that said compost happens. We did a gardening theme. and showing people how you could utilize that. Let's, while that's publishing, like I said, it's going to take a minute here to publish. Let's just take a look at some other things that you might want to do. Again, things like mugs, all different kinds of mugs that you can have your designs printed on. One of the things that you can do is, and I don't know if they have these on this particular one or not, but some of these have, oh, here it's got all over print. So an all over print shirt, basically you can take your design and print it across the entire shirt, which is a really cool thing to do. There are Hawaiian shirts that you could make, which could be really fun. So you can create a Hawaiian shirt that's printed all over with your design, whatever that design might happen to be. Let's go back to my products. Still publishing. All right, I'm going to jump back to this in just a minute. And in the meantime, I am going to share the PowerPoint again, just to, so we don't run out of time. And we'll get back to this. And hopefully everybody can see that PowerPoint presentation. One of the other things that you can create besides these print-on-demand products are books. And one kind of book that you can create is a coloring book. So in this case, I just went to Midjourney and I told it create a coloring book page of a hummingbird, black and white outline only, using an aspect ratio of, I think I said 3:4, so that I got a vertical image that I could utilize for my coloring book page. You can also create comic books. Now, one of the things when you generate comics with Midjourney is that, and this is true with any of the graphic generation programs out there, is it's going to put what's called alien text in there, kind of like what we saw with the number 12 on our graphic of the alarm clock. You'll have to go in and edit that out and put in a funny saying that you have generated from ChatGPT in order to create the comics. Recipes are a really interesting type of book that you can create. Now, the way that I actually created this is I started out saying, what are some trends with baby food that we see? And what kind of foods are popular because of these trends. And one of the things that it said was organic sweet potato puree. So I then said, okay, create me a unique recipe for organic sweet potato puree. And it created this recipe. I then went to Canva and utilized one of Canva's templates for recipes and had it build out a recipe page. Part of the thought behind this was that I had seen this story on the local news about a craft beer company that had essentially done this. They said, what are some trends in craft beers? And it came back and said, wellness beers. And the brewing company then said, okay, create me a unique recipe for a wellness beer. And it did, and they started brewing this, and it's now their best-selling beer. So you can create certainly food and drink recipes, but if you think about it, any how-to type of situation, you could create a recipe for that. Once you've created these different graphics, these different texts and so forth, and you've combined these, you can publish these self-published to Amazon utilizing their Kindle Direct program. It's called KDP for Kindle Direct Publishing, kdp.amazon.com. And you just click on the create button. It walks you through the process, and you can now be selling pretty much any kind of book out there that you want to. Besides the print-on-demand products and besides books, you can actually create just about any kind of physical product that you want. There's this company out there called Dreambox that is creating jewelry, plush toys, 3D figurines, and actually a whole bunch of other things that you can't see on the screen right now that are all products that were generated. The images were generated in Midjourney. The specifications were generated in ChatGPT. You send them to Dreambox and they will build your products that you created in AI. Let's go back and see if our product has been published at this point. It has been. I'm going to share that screen again. So we can see that this has now been published. One of them's out of stock, but it doesn't matter for what we're doing. And we can edit this, we can copy it, we can buy it. But if we click over here on these three dots, we can actually say, I want to see this in the store. And this, in this case, it's going to come up to my website, my Web Stores Ltd website, and the product is available right there for people to purchase. They can choose the different color that they want. They can choose the size that they want, and they can purchase it. If they do that, then, as I said at the beginning, what will happen is the order will get sent, in this case, to the printer that I specified on Printify. They will print the shirt, send it to the customer, charge me 40% of whatever this price is. I've already been paid because the customer's checked out here. They've paid me. They charge me 40% of it, and they ship the product directly to the customer. So it is a great business model utilizing that technique. And I'm going to do a new screen share again. Back to the PowerPoint. Besides physical products, you can create digital downloadable products. If you were to go to Etsy and say digital products, one of the big things that you would probably see is weddings, all different kinds of wedding items on there that are digital products. These might be invitations, they might be cards, they might be announcements and so forth. Utilizing these techniques, we can create these digital products that somebody can then download. You can sell them on Etsy, and again, you never take possession of these products because they're digital products. You can do things like prints, and by prints, I'm talking about a seamless tile that you could utilize on something like that Hawaiian shirt. There's actually a parameter in Midjourney that allows you to create seamless tiles. Stickers, thank you cards, wall art, whatever you want. And you can create online courses. This graphic up here shows you just a bunch of different prompts that go through the process of creating an online course. You say, hey, I'm running an online store for rock collectors and amateur geologists. Basically create an outline for my course. You then go in, you say, hey, I need a good headline for the course. I need to have you break down the outline of this course into what can be included in there. And then you can even tell it, for each lesson, I'm going to have a video associated with that lesson. And I want you to write a detailed script for that lesson. Once you have that script, you can go to an AI program like AI Studios or Synthesia and have it generate an AI avatar that is giving you the material in that course. So if you aren't comfortable being on camera, you can actually have it create this for you. Let me do a new screen share, and I'm going to show you real quickly how that works. So both Synthesia and AI Studio are similar. They're competing products. And you can see that you can actually start with ChatGPT. You can start with a solid background. If you come down the page a little bit, there's a bunch of different templates that you can start with. I'm just going to pick on editing this product that I had started just to show you briefly how it's done. This is lesson 2 of tools and materials for our rock collector. And you can pick on this, you can change the text, you can paste in the text that you got out of ChatGPT when it's telling you to do things. You can put the text in the bottom that, when ChatGPT creates this video script for you, you can put in the text that it's telling you that it wants to say, and these avatars are actually going to say that text. You can pick a different avatar, and it's possible when you do this, you'll notice that on the first scene, I've got this avatar. On the second scene, it didn't replace that avatar. I could do that, but I could also create a course where essentially 2 different people are saying different things, so they're going back and forth doing this. I am going to show you an example here of one that I just created, the finished product. And I won't play the whole thing, but I'll give you an idea.
This mastermind class, Greg provides invaluable insights and strategies for website owners to optimize their online presence and drive growth. Topics covered in the class include SEO, email marketing, social media, website design, and conversion optimization. In addition to the bi-weekly sessions, members receive one.
All right, so you get the idea, and obviously the watermark goes away when you pay for that particular video. So I'm going to try to go quickly here. I don't want to take up everybody's entire day. So I'm going to go quickly through the remainder of the presentation. One of the things that we've now got these products, we've got the physical products that we can sell, we've got digital products that we can sell. How are we going to sell them? One thing that a lot of people want to do is advertise their products. Certainly ChatGPT can create advertising copy for you. You can go into it and say, create some advertising copy for me for this particular product, and it will do a decent job of that. You may have to edit things a little bit, but it'll do a pretty decent job. What it doesn't do is create the actual ad. So this is another AI program called adcreative.io that will create ads for you. It will create ads in a variety of different sizes and different formats, depending upon what you have selected as the advertising platform. So if you can tell it, I want Facebook ads, you can tell it, I want LinkedIn ads, I want Google ads, I want Pinterest ads, whatever, and it will generate the ads for you. AI-powered chatbots are something that is really cool, and I'm gonna just kind of spill the beans here right now about the end of this. I'm going to be offering a course on how to do absolutely all of this stuff. And one of the things that we'll talk about in that course is the MindOS chatbot. This chatbot works natively with both Shopify stores, and it works with other third-party apps, including WooCommerce. As you can see on the slide here, that this product is in beta, so this may change, but what happens with this chatbot is you pick what they call your AI genius. You can pick something like a shop assistant, and then you train it yourself on what products you have in your store. And you also say, I want this to be aware of my website so that if I change information about the products or whatever, that it will pick up on that. And it will recommend specific products to your customers based upon the information that it has of how they have browsed through your website. If they are looking specifically at coffee mugs, for example, the chatbot may recommend a different coffee mug that they may want to take a look at. It's absolutely mind-blowing what this can do. There's another AI program out there called Grammatic. And what Grammatic does is it will personalize and automate different pages on your website based upon certain triggers. So you might have a trigger that says, I got this person to come to me from a Facebook post, and because they came from a Facebook post, I want to present them with different information on this page than if somebody had come to me through Google or through an email. And then you can personalize that page, again, based upon that particular customer's own data. So the AI is actually learning about your customer and personalizing the pages that it shows to them. Another program that we're going to talk about in the course is Maverick Videos, and these are basically personalized videos. Again, it integrates with both Shopify and WooCommerce, and it will allow you to create a video. Let's just talk about that t-shirt that we just made on the snooze button. You might have this video where you start the video out saying, I've got this cool t-shirt that I think you might be interested in. It talks about if I knew I couldn't fail. Well, what Maverick Videos will do is it will personalize that, as you can see with the example up here, like, hi, Tara, I've got this great t-shirt that you might be interested in. You could use this for post purchases. You could use this for abandoned carts. You can use this for welcome videos, all different sorts of things. So I want to get to the questions, and I want you to understand that, all of this, even though I've been doing AI stuff for decades and I've been doing e-commerce stuff for decades, the fact of the matter is that we are in a total revolution right now. ChatGPT is not even 6 months old yet. So the reality is all of us are beginners. So feel free to ask questions. I am going to stop the share for a moment so that I can take a look at, you can put the questions in the Q&A or in the chat, whichever one you want, and I will attempt to answer those. And all right, so one of the questions that came up yesterday that I want to just reiterate is, do I need my own shopping cart website to sell AI generated products? And the answer is no. I think I touched on this. You can sell your products on Etsy, you can sell them on Amazon, you can sell them on eBay. If you're selling digital courses, you can sell them on places like Udemy or Skillshare. So there's lots of different options for you to sell your products, even if you don't have your own website. Now, if you do have your own website, you can still sell it not only on your own website, but in all these various marketplaces as well. Okay, yoga instructors and real estate agents, travel consultants, and so forth, they're all service providers. How does this information apply to them? Well, this course is obviously all about creating products. It's not about selling services. However, all of the sales and marketing techniques that we discussed are directly applicable to service providers as well as product sales. Things like the Maverick personalized videos. Even if you are a real estate agent, you can create personalized videos for your clients. The other thing is that most service providers probably have a digital course inside of them. A real estate agent, for example, could talk about, provide a digital course about what to look for when you're buying a new home. A yoga instructor could be providing yoga classes online. And it may be appropriate for you to look at some of the print-on-demand products. Even if you're a yoga instructor, you could be selling all over print yoga pants, as an example, that would complement your teaching yoga. Question from yesterday again was, can this be used in countries other than the US? And I basically said yes, that there's lots of different print-on-demand providers out there. Some of them, I'll just name a few: Gelato, Guten, Pillow Profits, Subliminator, Custom Cat, and YoCall are all ones that I've actually used. All of those. They all provide different kinds of products. So depending upon what kind of products that you are wanting to sell on your website, we'll talk more about those in the course and how you can really utilize those for your store. Okay. Question here: with access to the internet, can ChatGPT read the files on my computer? The answer is no, but it is a machine learning software. So whatever information you feed into ChatGPT, it stores that information and it learns from that information so that it can utilize it for future answers. So if you have any sensitive information, any proprietary information, do not feed it into ChatGPT, because that's part of their terms of service, is that they are learning from that. And it's a reason why some large companies like Price Waterhouse, PwC, are actually utilizing the ChatGPT program and feeding their own data into it just for in-house use, so that they can keep that information confidential. Can I use Canva instead of Lunapic? Yeah, we talked about that. You can use whatever image editing program you want to combine things and put things into these graphics. I personally use Paint Shop Pro. Canva works great for a lot of the things, as we saw, like with the recipes and stuff. They have some great templates that you can use. Can I use these images that I created to create an NFT or a non-fungible token? And the answer is that there are people doing that. So even though the images cannot be copyrighted in the US, you should be able to create an NFT from these images. Can I use my own photos and turn them into coloring book pages or comic book pages? The answer is yes. Midjourney will accept your images as a starting point to generate new images. And that's actually one of the things that I'm going to show you how to do in the course. Let's see if I've got any other questions. I'd like to create branding giveaways or logo items for sale in my store on my website. Fantastic. And creating inspirational journals. And the final question there from Diane is, did you use print on demand for your books? And the answer is some of them. I actually went through a publishing house for some books. I have done print on demand for others. And this is actually a good segue for me to tell you a little bit about what I'm doing here with this particular course. I have created a new book. This is over 200 pages. It's called the AI Product Playbook, and it's got step-by-step instructions with the ability for you to write notes in here, but total step-by-step instructions on how to do everything that we have just touched upon briefly here today. This is obviously a print-on-demand book. The final version of this is a spiral-bound book, so it will lay flat, so you can utilize it truly as a playbook or a workbook, if you will, that while you're going through these exercises. So the course is called the AI Money Machine, and classes are going to start 1 week from today, June 1st at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. This is an in-depth course that is going to basically allow you to, by the end of this course, you're going to have products, both physical products and digital products, that can actually make you money. The products are going to be complete. They're going to be uploaded to your store and or marketplaces of your choosing, and ready to start generating money. We are going to show you the marketing techniques as well using AI. Like I said, this is a 4-week course. You can see week number 1, we're going to talk about understanding how AI works and the positive impacts that it has on web commerce. We're going to do things like implement chatbots on our websites during week 1. During week 2, we're going to create physical products with AI. During week 3, we're going to create digital products with AI. During week 4, we're going to do the marketing techniques with AI. So by the end of this course, you are going to have at least one physical product and one digital product, and it's going to be live, and you're going to know how to sell it. Now, because you have stayed till the end of the program today, I told you that I would have a special offer for you. And that special offer is that if you use the coupon code Greg, you're going to save $500 off on this course. You can get to the course by going to my website, webstoresltd.com/AI workshop. So you may want to take a screen capture of this. I'm going to show you it here in just a second, but remember to use the coupon code Greg to save $500. And with that, I'm going to pull that site up. And this is the AI Money Machine course where you will actually go when you are registered for this course. You can see it starts in 7 days, 1 hour and 43 minutes. There's a countdown on here. It includes this AI product playbook that's over 200 pages. You get that book. If we take a look at the curriculum, you can see that we're going to have all of these different lessons in here. We're going to talk about lead magnets and how we can use AI to create lead magnets, AI generated web pages, how to get more reviews. We're going to go through the Meow Apps AI engine chatbot, the Mind OS chatbot, Wootomation, and then our live courses are going to be recorded. Now, I had somebody yesterday ask, well, how often do these do we meet, and how long are they? This is a 4-week class. We only meet once a week. The class is going to be about 1.5 hours to 2 hours each time, but then you will have assignments in there that you will, the assignments are in the playbook as well. You'll be able to go through each of the assignments and get a full understanding so that by the time we meet for the next class, if you have any questions, you can get to that. Now, there's actually 2 options. So you'll notice that the course here is $997. You're going to save $500 on this by using the coupon code Greg. If you go to sign up for the class, you'll notice that there are actually 2 other options. One is you can add in one-on-one coaching, which basically means that I'm going to help you every step of the way. It's not just going to be the class during the week and the playbook to give you the instructions. I'm going to help you actually build your first couple of products. I'm going to help you get them launched. We're going to work on this together. So you can add in the option for one-on-one coaching if that would be helpful to you. I would love to work with you on actually getting these products built. The second option is, in addition to the one-on-one coaching, if you do not yet have your own online store and you want to have either a Shopify site or a WooCommerce site, I will build that for you, and we will have your site up and running by the end of the course as well. So those are 2 options. Right now, for the next 5 registrations only, put in the coupon code Greg, save $500 off of this, and we will start 1 week from today on making money with AI generated products. So that's what I have for today. If anybody else has any further questions, let me know. You can Always contact me with additional questions here in the next couple days if you are wondering about a certain aspect of the class. And otherwise, let's make this happen. Thanks for attending.